Cynthia Erivo, I would say she is back on her BS, but she never stopped. She is still doing everything she can to sabotage the press run for the Wicked movie. And now she has addressed once again her overly sensitive reaction to fans editing a movie poster by covering her eyes. They were erasing her. They were erasing her identity. And that's the only thing that matters to her, really, at the end of the day. So in this interview with the LA Times, Cynthia Erivo clarified why she reacted so strongly and said it was the most offensive thing she'd ever seen in her life. So in this interview, they say, "You said that making Wicked made you appreciate your face more. How so?" Cynthia said, "Someone said to me I was going to fall in love with the green more than my own face. Strangely enough, the opposite happened. I loved being green. Elphaba is beautiful, but every time I took the makeup off, I had an appreciation for the skin I live in every day. I've always had an appreciation for it, but this really made it clear." The interviewer said, "Is that why you reacted so strongly to the fan who altered the poster for the film in a social media post, hiding your face under Elphaba's hat?" Here she said, "Having that passion for what this piece is and loving it so much and knowing how much I want to communicate through Elphaba, that's probably where that came from. And so in my little human moment I fell out on the internet when really I should have just picked up my phone and called a friend. We have these human moments. And me being human and sensitive, I shared something that I think is part of the little girl in me. I realize that there are so many people who love this just as much as I do."
There's at least a modicum of introspection there, which I can appreciate, I guess.
Oh, and she said one similarity between herself and her character Elphaba is, quote, "We both lack patience, me more than her. We both have daddy issues, and we don't mince our words. That's for sure."
You know what I would love to see
right
now is like an interview with Colin Farrell, and they're like, "So, did being fat as the Penguin make you appreciate being skinny more?" And he's like, "Yeah, every time I took that suit off, I was like, thank God I don't weigh 1,000 pounds. I would not want to be a fat motherfucker right now. Oh, I am so comfortable in the thin skin that I'm in."
You know, if there's any proof that there is some level of misogyny in this industry, it would be that the fact that women are asked these stupid ass questions like this, but they don't even feel patronized when it happens. They actually love it.
Because they want to talk about it.
They love talking about it.
A guy would be like, because you know what Colin Farrell's answer would be like, "Yeah, I don't know. He's like, I was happy to get the makeup off because it takes so long to put it on, but it didn't make me think introspectively about it, what it means for my physical appearance and how that relates to society."
Or they would ask like, "How do you relate to the Penguin?" And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we both have mommy issues."
He's like, well, you know, the Penguin's got his mommy issues. And, you know, don't we all have a little bit of crime lord in all of us?
Right. Like this. I just think it is really juvenile. No, it's infantilizing. It's infantilizing to both the actress and the audience who is being sold this movie. They're not really talking about the movie. She only wants to talk about herself, and she's obsessed with this idea of erasure because she is so attached to the idea that like she's actually the reason people are watching this. No, they're attached to Wicked.
And
the story.
I mean, that's why they're also drawing attention to the fact that Ariana Grande is getting all the advertising.
Right. Here's one of these viral tweets about the promo for Wicked. "Not a single sight of Cynthia Erivo on the cover of these newspapers. She literally plays the main character, Elphaba, and it's so easy to find a picture of them both Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I hate what white media in Britain do. They're blaming this on the white media that in all of these newspapers about Wicked, you see in this video here, it's a bunch of pictures of Ariana Grande, and Cynthia Erivo is not featured in any of them." Do you have that?
Yeah, I got it here.
This is just what happens
to be fair,
when one of the co-stars is way more famous than the other one.
It's from an account called Bitter Feminist, so, you know, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Not satire, though. This person is legitimately offended that Cynthia Erivo is not featured in these photos, only Ariana Grande, who is like 100 times more famous than Cynthia Erivo. Maybe more. Here she continued, "White media in the UK repeatedly use their resources to systemically tone down Black excellence to amplify white talent. It's not even subtle. It's actually cruel. Cynthia Erivo looked sensational and absolutely smashed her role. Her voice in Defying Gravity had me in tears. I loved the Wicked film, and basically they're saying her excellence, her black maybe her black queer excellence is getting erased. Yeah. Because Ariana Grande is more famous than her and does more to promote the movie than she does.
Unfortunately, Ariana Grande's probably made more people cry with her music.
True.
Right? True. So that's the problem, is which one here is the more famous performer. Like if we're gonna make this a racial issue and not a gendered issue, who's getting the majority of the attention on the gladiator circuit right now is Denzel Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Like
not Paul Mescal.
He got like one bit where they're like, "How'd you feel about meeting the King of England?" He's like, "I'm Irish. I don't care." That's about it, right? Everything else is going to Denzel because Denzel has a track record of excellence that the public loves, and that's gonna follow suit. When your success level is the highest of the people on the cast, you're gonna be the one getting the majority of the attention.
As annoying as Cynthia Erivo and Ariana both are, the truth is Ariana Grande is the one who is selling the majority of the tickets for this movie.
Yes.
There's going to be the Ariana Grande fans, people who heard about it because she's in it.
Yep.
There are going to be the theater kids who are going to see a Wicked movie anyway. And precisely 0 Cynthia Erivo fans.
Yeah.
Because this was the first I'd heard of her existence in my life, is when she got the role in this movie. She was only known to a bunch of Broadway stands before this, and now she is acting like, it's like you give an ugly guy a chance and he thinks he rules the world. It's like that, but for a job. Like, she got this job and she just thought, like, she rules the world and she gets to make all of these insane demands of people. Mm-hmm. Like, don't talk about me like this. Don't post pictures of me like that.
I mean,
no one actually cares.
Feigning humility would go a long way.
Feigning humility is so much better than this weird, like, faux egomaniacal persona. Yeah. Like, whatever this is. It's like, but it's not even just that. It's like, oh, like, I'm a sensitive little baby. And, like, I just had a little, like, human moment. And, like, pee-pee poo-poo. Like, no, you're not a baby. You're like a 40-year-old woman.
Also, like, in Hollywood, you can, like, if you're forceful enough and you have the track record, you can, in a lot of ways, push yourself forward. I remember when they were marketing the Miami Vice movie with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx was second billed until the movie was coming out, and then he won an Oscar for Ray, I think, and he demanded equal billing. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't want to come second. I want to come out, I want my name to come out at the exact same time on screen as his. And that comes down to it, too. They track whose name comes up first, how long it's on screen. All that stuff matters. So he got first billing in the American version. Colin Farrell got first billing in, like, the European version of the movie. So if you can build up a strong track record with great work, that actually sells and does good, she will probably be able to do that after this movie with the box office that it's tracking to open to right now. Even if the success is probably more akin to Ariana Grande, she will benefit from being a co-lead in this movie. So when her next movie does come out, she can have the ego.
Right. Yeah. You have to earn it, though.
Yes, correct.
And by the way, what you just mentioned is an example of that male negotiating power that it seems like a lot of women in Hollywood don't have. And then they blame it on systemic oppression.
Well, they wish and hope and imagine what it would be like without actually asking for what they want it to be like. And, the most powerful technique you can have in any negotiation is to walk away. And most just aren't willing to walk away, which I get, right? Like, you only get so many chances in Hollywood, and very, very, very few people get the opportunity to work at that level on a film of this scale. I mean, she's already in a 0.00001% of Hollywood celebrities to be in a movie of that size at that level of casting.
Yeah, right.
So, a little bit of gratitude.
You don't actually have to be, this is the cheat code. You don't actually have to be grateful. You don't actually have to be humble. We really couldn't care less.
Nope.
But if you're, as an actress, good at faking it, props to you.
Yep.
Trick me.
I say it all the time. When Tom Cruise comes out and does his spiel about how grateful he is for all of us, how much he loves the cinema, like 63.5% of me believes it.
I mean, even when Quentin Tarantino says that he kind of hates the audience, it's like charming for some reason because he's earned the right to be a little
correct, right? Like,
little edgy.
So, like when Tom Cruise comes out and does that, 63% of me is like, wow, that is so refreshing. The other 40-some% of me says, I'm not sure he actually believes that, but good on him for faking it.
Right.
Good on him for having the business acumen to know to fake it.
Right now at your iconography of Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Show the audience. You have this religious candle of Tom Cruise, and I'm looking at it while you're singing his praises.
Yep, I can put it on screen. Hold on, let me go to camera one. Yeah.
It's very sacrilegious.
It's the fact that Mary lets me keep this in here without yelling at me is
I yell at you for other stuff.
Without punching me in the face and making me bleed like Jay Leno.
Right. I'm being very gracious, allowing you to keep that in here.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.